still be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey friends, today I have over 100 new CC items for your toddlers and kids. Of course, you can find links to everything in the description down below. And if you enjoy CC as much as I do, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I upload CC related videos every single week, so make sure you never miss out, okay? But without further ado, you know the drill by now. Grab a snack, grab a drink, sit back, relax. Let's just talk about life. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing fine. I myself, I've been better. I've been worse as well, but I've been better. I have just had a really stressful week. I felt like I've just worked a lot on the channel. I did a lot of uni. I also feel a little bit sick. My parents have currently got the big C word. They are doing fine though, which I'm extremely grateful about. They're not super old, they're like in their mid-50s, but you never know. It can kind of be bad for everyone. So I'm extremely grateful that for them it's just, like a minor flu, and they're just feeling a little bit sick, but nothing major. And they said it's like getting better now. My stepdad apparently said he's very much struggling with not being able to leave the house, which is something I cannot relate to. I'm sorry. I'm sure it's really bad for him because he's usually very active, and I think they leave the house literally every single day. I don't think they have very many days where they stay indoors, but they have a balcony, luckily. So I think that has helped him a lot, just being able to kind of get some fresh air, I guess. I myself have never gotten that idea of having to leave the house. Like, I do enjoy occasionally being outside, but honestly, whenever I go for a walk or I go food shopping or whatever where I have to leave the house for, I come back and I'm always extremely exhausted. Like, I feel like fresh air just makes me so tired, and I can't afford to sleep during the day because I already get like a pretty long night's sleep, especially recently. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been needing so much sleep. I think I'm like a little bit sick. I took a test though. I'm fine. I don't have the big dangerous C word. I'm good. But I just feel, a little bit pooped out. That's the only thing I can describe it with. Pooped out. I've like been really exhausted, and there's like a million things I need to do. Also, I haven't talked about this very much, but I have 2 new roommates. One moved in August, and she's only gonna stay for 6 months. It's like she's the daughter of a friend of my mum's, and she was looking for a place to stay whilst she did an internship here in Berlin. So my mum was like, hey, don't you think she could like move into the small room that's usually the cat's room? Okay, she's in the cat's room. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure. Like, I don't love living with people, honestly. I'm very much a loner, but this apartment is way too big for myself. Like, it has like 109 square meters, I think. There's 4 rooms, and they're all 3 of them are quite large, and then there's the one that I refer to as the cat room, because that's where my foster cats usually stay for the first few nights if they're like a little bit skittish and want time to themselves to kind of like settle in a little bit. But that one is a bit smaller, but too big for myself. So I do need roommates to live with, at least until I am making enough money to rent it myself, because then I do not care that it's too big, because honestly, I just love living by myself. I have had a few months in between roommates where I lived completely by myself for a few months, and it was so nice. I can't even describe it. I'm literally such a loner. It's really bad. But it's just really nice. And then I had to look for another roommate for one of the other bigger rooms, and I kind of just told some friends about it, and one of my friends was like, hey, I know someone who's looking for an apartment. So I met him, and he was really nice, and then he moved in at the beginning of October. And for me, stuff like that is always so exhausting. Just adapting to new situations for me can be a lot, so I think that's why I've been very tired. And then he is a really active person, like very social, really active, which is something that I definitely had to get adjusted to. Like, my door, I would close it literally all day, every day. But, you know, I have foster cats, so they need to be able to come into the room, and they usually hang out with me, and then their litter boxes are obviously not in my room, so they need to be able to get out. And, you know, cats, they don't like being locked in a room if they have access to the whole apartment usually. So my door is always just kind of like lean to, not really lean to, I mean, there's like a gap that's big enough for the cats to fit through. It's really funny because one of them doesn't care, like as long as the door is just lean to, he will just jump against the door and open it, like he knows he can get in. But the other one is so funny. If I like open the door and it's not opened wide enough for her to fit through without like squeezing it open a bit, she would just stand there and meow at me like, human, open this door. And I'm like, you can literally push it open with your body weight, like you just have to start walking in and it will open. But she's like, nope, I'm not doing that. So obviously me, the servant, needs to get up and like open the door a little bit more for her, which is a bit ridiculous, but you know, I love the cat, so I'll do anything for them. But it's just taken a bit of adjusting to live with him. He usually comes into my room when he's home a lot, and his course didn't start for like the first 2 or 3 weeks of him moving in, so he had a lot of time on his hands, and he's very social. Like I said, he likes to interact a lot, so I was working, and literally I say every 10 minutes, that's probably exaggerating, but like quite a lot of times during the day, he would like walk in and be like, well, he would knock, but I mean, the door is kind of open anyways because of the cats. Well, lean to open, you know, it's just a tiny gap, which means it's closed. But he would just like knock and walk in and tell me stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool. And I like him, he's like a nice person, but I'm an introvert, okay? I need time for myself, and I have just really noticed how introverted I actually am these last few weeks, because I don't ever realize it in the situations. Like sometimes I would walk into the kitchen and one or both of my roommates will be there, and then I talk to them for an hour or longer, and in that situation I always think it's fun, like I always enjoy socializing. But I realize that if I do it multiple times every day, I just get super pooped out and I don't have energy for anything else. And I still find it hard to set like my boundaries of being like, I know the door is kind of open, but can you please not come in every 10 minutes? Because I know it's like nice for him and he likes socializing and it's what he does, and it's just kind of hard to be like, hey, can you stop being yourself around me because I want my privacy? I mean, it's not, I guess it's totally fine to do that, because usually if it wasn't for the cats, I would literally have my door closed 24 hours of the day, because in my room I just want to be by myself and I don't want to feel like people could constantly walk in. It just feels very uncomfortable to me, so I don't like that. Something that I definitely had to get adjusted to, and it's not been my favorite thing, I'm not gonna lie. It is nice to live with people. It's also nice because sometimes we go out for walks, or like sometimes we go food shopping together, not as in buying things together, but we just walk to the shop together and then everyone gets whatever they need and we walk back home. It's nice to not have to do those things by myself, especially because of my anxiety. My anxiety of leaving the house is always lessened by someone coming with me, just because the anxiety around leaving the house to me is like interacting with people on the street, even just walking past someone and then they look at me and I don't know where to look at. Like that is the biggest anxiety I have. Or being at the supermarket by myself and not wanting to interact with people and not knowing how to or where to look or what to say. That's like my biggest anxiety about leaving the house. I just don't like it. And if you have a person there with you, you usually just chat to each other and look at each other, so it's like a really big comfort to me to leave the house with someone. So that has been nice. It definitely has some benefits. I hope that ideally my boyfriend, oops, sorry, I knocked the mic, that ideally my boyfriend is gonna move in eventually. That will be best case scenario, but he just bought a house in England, so, well, not a house, an apartment, so congrats to him. He's very grown up, you know. He's literally like half a year younger than me, and I'm like telling you about my roommates and he's like, oh, I bought an apartment, and I'm like, cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm a grown up too. You know, we're all different. It's fine. Especially like here. I mean, I live in Berlin. It's a capital city. I literally know not a single person at my age that lives by themselves. They either live in a shared apartment with like roommates, or they live with their significant other, because it is just too expensive to find an apartment here by yourself, unless it's probably like the tiniest little apartment with one room and one bathroom and a kitchen or something. But I don't know anyone who lives like that, so it's definitely more common in capital cities, I feel like, to live with people, and I don't usually have an issue with it. It's just the problem now that I have to like keep the door kind of open all the time, so people can literally look into my room all the time. And my desk is like, when you walk from the kitchen and bathroom towards the other rooms that my two roommates stay in, you walk past my room and you can literally see my desk every single time because my door is open. So it's just a little bit awkward, but I feel like I just kind of have to let go of it being awkward, because I mean, I just live here, like who really cares? Also, my room has been super messy lately, which is something I don't like. I personally don't like it myself, but I also don't like if people walk into my room and it's a mess. It just makes me feel uncomfortable, but there's nothing I can do about it right now, okay? I have like other issues. I currently literally just put, when I wash laundry, I just take it off and put it on top of my sideboard that I have in front of my bed. I just put it on top of that, and that is my current laundry situation, which I'm embarrassed I'm talking about, but that is real life, okay? I have a lot of things to do and I just don't have the energy for laundry right now. It's just simple as that. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I was so excited that there was so many things for the kids, because usually I always find a lot of Toddler CC, but this time we had a lot of things for the kids, which I was super excited about. And yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!
I think about it 7 days a week, and this just can't be how it's supposed to end up. It's not enough, and maybe time will make you fade, but I don't know if I'm ready to just let you go away like my friends think I should. Cause what if I just wanna be with you?